Hello everybody, this is Marty. Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be shooting a video about Assetto Corsa Competizione. We're playing this game for the last couple of weeks and I must say I'm enjoying myself massively with this game. But I've got a lot of questions about my force feedback settings. A lot of guys and girls are having issues with the settings, with different racing wheels. So make sure these are settings for the Fanatec racing wheel. And yeah, there are quite a few differences between the different brands and between the different settings. But with my Fanatec racing wheel, it felt fine straight out of the box. Made a few adjustments based on some things I found on the internet, some advice from the guys from Fanatec as well regarding settings on the wheel. And yeah, made a couple of adjustments myself that I want to show you guys what is possible with this game, what my preferred settings are. So first of all, we go to the options menu on the right and the bottom. So we press the options menu, we go to the control section, and at the control section we can choose between the controller and the steering wheel. So obviously we go for the steering wheel on this setting because we are running the Fanatec Elite racing wheel. So the first thing you can change is change the gain on the force feedback settings. That's actually the first thing. So we can change the gain on the force feedback settings. The advice from Fanatec is to keep this at 70. But I like my force feedback a little bit higher. So my advice would be to leave this between 70 or 90, and I'll keep mine on 90 for this one. So the other thing is minimum force. The advice from Fanatec is to keep this at 0. I believe anywhere between 0 and 5 would be fine. I've tried it on 10 as well, and even 15, and then the shaking and rumbling on the straight line is insane, so you don't want to try that. But I like a bit more heavy wheel, I like a bit more force even on the straight line, so I keep mine at 5, so the gain at 90 and the minimum force on 5. Dynamic damping, tried a lot, tried it on 70, tried it on 130, did not felt that much of a difference, but I've been reading stuff about it, and it basically says that when you are standing still, you get a bit more feels when turning the wheel. Not that important in my case. Advice from Fanatec is to keep this at 100, so we'll leave it at 100 as well. The other thing, that's a big change for me, that's road effects. I like a bit more feel with the road normally, but in this game the Fanatec actually is pretty fine with 0. So normally this stands on 50, but the advice from Fanatec is to keep this at 0, and that actually made a lot of difference for me. Was able to catch oversteer more easily, and yeah, the car just felt easier to drive with this at 0. So I leave this at 0. Might go to 5 to feel a bit more bumps and braking points and stuff, but for now we'll leave this at 0. Other thing is steering lock. So the advice from Fanatec is to keep this at 1080. I'm not really sure. Basically depends on your funky switch as well, and the settings you have on the funky switch. I'll have normally my rotation at 62 instead of 1080 on the wheel, so 62, and I'll leave this depending on the car. There are a couple of files you can see with settings depending on the car, and that was actually quite useful for me. So there's actually a Corsa that you can use 800 for example, and the McLaren you can put on 480. So anywhere between 480 and 800 depending on the car might be a good setting for you. The next thing is steering linearity. I keep this at 1.0. Basically depends on the turn of the wheel, so if you push it high you get more turn. Brake gamma same, keep this at 1.0 as well. Not changing this at all because I use the load cell, as you guys know, and yeah, not much use for me to change this inside this menu. So these are basically my settings for Assetto Corsa Competizione. I will spend a lot of time in this game, and yeah, return league racing and make sure to shoot a couple more videos for you guys. But these are my settings, so check them out. Feel free yourself and give me a couple of comments or advice if you have some settings to spare. Thank you all for watching, and catch you another time. Bye guys.